in July by Omoni Oboli. Don't you just love the fact that Helen's husband, played by Esodike, was not trying to be a peacemaker between her, Uche Montana, aka Helen, and her family. Yes, we loved the way that Charles was with her. He was pampering her. He was standing up for her. Yes, this one, na real man. Abeg, Sonia Uche, Uche Montana. Sorry, eh? This one a real man, oh, who can't they beg you to spend his money? He can't tell you, say, I have the shovel to help you dig the gold. Uche Montana. My Flicks to Click fans. In Another Night in July by Omoni Oboli. She shows us that marriage without trust is a disaster. Forgiveness is fearless, and truly to love someone, you have to love yourself first. Not meaning you have to be selfish, but loving another person makes you understand that you yourself, you are not flawless. They realize how much they love each other and how it will affect them. And if you end up losing one another, that will give them the strength to fight for the marriage. And another thing, Another Night in July, it also shows that we are not healed from our past. Hurt will always find a way to pull us down and take our minds from the beautiful things that are right in front of us. And let us also not forget that trust is also essential for our relationships to thrive. Yes, my Flicks to Click fans. Sometimes this is the reality of people, because love is never ever enough. And I'm so glad that Helen and Charles, played by Uche Montana and Esodike, I'm so glad that they found a common ground and chose to make their marriage work by speaking to a marriage counselor. That is the beginning of the healing. Because the marriage counselor was the highlight of this movie, Another Night in July by Omoni Oboli. This counselor was soft-spoken. She made sure that she managed to manage this couple's relationship. We love how this marriage counselor handled marriage issues without using insults, without using, words, small words to them. She was teaching them how to speak to one another as spouses with calmness, with respect when disagreeing or airing their views on marital issues. Yes, my Flicks to Click fans, who says marriage is a bed of roses? Marriage is not a bed of roses. You need to work through it together with respect, with communication and dedication to one another. And that is what will make marriage work. Love is great, they say, but it is never enough. We love this movie, Another Night in July, because it feels very fresh and relatable. Yes, suspense in every scene, well written and well directed by Omoni Oboli. Love, I'll say it again, my Flicks to Click fans, is not enough to make marriage work. It takes education, it takes sacrifice, it takes trust to make a real marriage work. And unfortunately, no one tells us how hard marriage is. But if the couple find the common ground, it will work. Look at how the ex was so pretty, and so petty. The therapist really did an amazing job. Do you just love the phrase that this marriage counselor said to this couple? She said there has to be trauma bonding, because the two of them have gone through trauma in their lives. And they have to use this trauma to bond in their marriage so that their marriage can work. My birth mother, Helen, your birth mother, stay where you are, right? Never ever force forgiveness down anybody's throat. That was the lesson that Helen's birth mother had to learn. And Charles, luckily her husband, Charles is a good husband. He consistently proved himself to Helen in Another Night in July that he loved her dearly, because Helen threw him down to the ground. But he still paid attention to the little things. I mean, things like celebrating their anniversaries every month. Hey, if all men were like Charles, this world would be a better place. Look at how he handed out love to this gorgeous Helen. He really made an effort in their marriage. Charles was trying to make this marriage work. And I'm glad that the two of them, Helen and Charles, SODK and Uche Montana, they did not give up on each other. They did not give up on their marriage. They worked themselves through this marriage, through this marital crisis that they were going through. And that is why Another Night in July was so beautiful to watch, so full of life lessons. Marriages work, marriages fail, but marriages work if the two of you put in the effort to make sure that that marriage works. Marriage is sacrifice. Marriage is patience. As we keep on watching Another Night in July, time and time and time again, over and over and over again, and we see how this couple, Uche Montana and SODK, try to work on their relationship by going to a marriage counselor, because we don't know everything. Sometimes it takes three to make a marriage work. You need a licensed person who is experienced in managing marital crisis to see your marriage through. My Flicks to Click fans, do you know all the signs and symptoms of an abusive partner? Would you know if your partner was abusive, whether a spouse or whether a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a fiancé? If you don't know all the signs and symptoms of an abusive partner, I'm going to pin a free download in the comment section just below this video. Download it. It is free. Help your friend, your family, humanity. And if you enjoyed this, my live critical review of Another Night in July by Omoni Oboli, please watch the next video. Give me a like and I'll see you again. Mwah. Bye.